So, hello, Divine Masculine Collective. If you've watched the Divine Feminine one, then you'll understand that I was right because it was spirit channeling through me. But yeah, basically, I am going to look a lot more tired in this Divine Masculine video than I did in the Divine Feminine one. And it's because it's literally hours later. I'm not going to tell you how much longer later, but it's quite a while later. And I didn't even bother topping up the lippy or anything. I just thought, fucking, let's just get this done. And again, I do feel it's what I said earlier. This is in the very unique way that I channel. This is all part of it. I felt like, I don't really fancy doing the Divine Masculine video after I've done my group work because I'm going to be tired. And again, because I'm a Sag moon and I like to overgive and overdo it because I love what I do. And like I say, it was a really powerful night of channeling a lot of stuff that felt very helpful for the eclipse, and a lot of money stuff, actually, because this new moon in Taurus is about money and valuing yourself and what you value and self-worth and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, it was long. So and if you saw me say in the other one, again, if you haven't watched Divine Feminine, you'll be like, I don't know what you're on about because I'm only watching this one, but I would advise you to watch both. That's basically what I'm saying, right? So I've not really got the energy or patience. I've got an abundance of patience, but I've not really got the energy or patience. But again, listen to every word that I'm saying. This is how Divine Masculines are feeling. They're going to resonate with this. But I've not got the energy or the patience to go into all my usual spiel, but I'll try and do a little bit of it. If you're new to me, I'm going to dive deep into the different parts of what the Divine Masculine is going through right now on the twin flame journey. It's not going to be for every Divine Masculine out there, so it's just going to be for who it resonates with. I tend to pick up on people that are closer to physical union or people that are actually already in physical union. And that I would say, going by what I was picking up on in the Divine Feminine, that it's going to be the same. And actually, because it was so long ago now, I don't know if I'm even going to remember if it was mirroring or not. And I've not watched it back yet because I'll watch them back tomorrow. But anyway, you'll find this when you're meant to find it, because I've not even published last week's one. I think I'm going to publish last week's one before I go to sleep. Do you know what I mean? Like right after I finish this, I'll publish last week. So anyway, so this is for the intention of, if you're a Divine Masculine, whether you are a man or woman or whatever you identify as, and you can watch the Divine Feminine one to see where your Divine Feminine's at, or you could be watching the Divine Feminine one for recognizing where you're at in your feminine energy, because we all have both. But you can do it for a bit of both, because like I say, it's usually someone identifies with being a Divine Feminine a little bit more than the Divine Masculine. So yeah. So in the subconscious of the Divine Masculine, also, and when I got up to light a candle for doing this, they pulled me to this yogi tea bag quote that says, not sharing is not caring, right? I don't know if you can see what it says, but that's what it says. And I remember they drew me to that for a client session that I had that's very in Divine Masculine energy. It's a woman, but like I say, most of the people I do work with are women in Divine Masculine energy. And in that circumstance, I remember saying to her, like, by you not sharing how you're really feeling with me, when I'm in your life to help you with stuff like that, that's you not caring about yourself. Do you know what I mean? And so they're basically saying me to say the same thing to this. It's like, I really do feel this Divine Masculine collective that I'm picking up on, and it doesn't surprise me, because Pisces moon is exhaustion. It's either exhaustion, like you're just fucking exhausted in general with how difficult everything's been. And again, it's so interesting how they're doing this, because it's like I'm normally really patient, but listen to even what I said at the start. I've not got the patience for it. I've not got the energy for it. This is how a lot of these Divine Masculines feel. and for anything, you know, so certainly not fucking, you know, the courage it's going to take to reach out to the twin flame right now for a lot of them. But and if they have, it probably will just be being at the end of the tether and being like, right, I actually just need to do this now because I'm going to be, you know, hesitant or afraid about doing it whenever, so I may as well just do it now. So again, it just really just depends on the situations that different people are in. But that's what Pisces moon right now is about. It's about just being fed up. So like I say, whether that's being exhausted with just the twin flame journey in itself, or nothing to do with twin flame journey and just the difficult things that have been going on in their lives, or, you know, the exhaustion of the ascension process, like spiritual awakening in general. Like, it is a bit of it is an exhausting time to be alive right now, guys. Wait a minute, this is really going to annoy me. Listen, I was about to say we're all girls here, but there will be some guys watching this, but it's fine. Anyway, I don't know how much better that is. Oh fuck, I thought I'd just knocked. See what I mean? All this shit's happening. It's like I knocked all the cards on the floor and I was like, fucking motherfucker. And then it was like, and then those cards are starting to fall, and you know, and it's like, if you'd watched the other one, or if you haven't, like, my shoulder's hurting right now because of the nature of me fucking soaking up people's pain. You know, one of the women in my group's got a very sore shoulder, and I've basically tuned into her because we're all so connected. And then it went away when I recognised it was her, but then it came back with a vengeance. But then a really interesting thing happened. Everyone in my course right now has actually got an aching body. And by the way, Taurus is about the body, so it's not a coincidence that that's happening. So I'm sharing, you know, in case any user experience and weird ascension things, like, you know, wait a minute, listen, I'm not planning on being here all night, but I'm going to need to get my Wonder Woman mug right over beside me because I was talking for a while. So yeah, see, that's what you're heading towards, your divine feminine. Or for same-sex couples, you might be that already, divine masculine. That might be you. And anyway, for the guys out there, just change it. Fucking Superman, I don't know. I can't think of any other ones. Superman, what's another one? Answers on a postcard, answers in the comment. What male superhero did you look up to? This has went a weird way, hasn't it? We're bonding, right? So again, I do want to, even if it's secretly, silently, I don't mind, guys and ladies out there that are divine masculines, because again, I'm saying guys, but actually, like, all my clients better be watching this. I mean, if you want additional help to doing the sessions with me, because this would help you more than watching Divine Feminine. But I also know that even if it takes a while to pick up, I can see that there's going to be a lot of men tuning into this. So might take a while for them to find it, but we'll trust that you find it when you're meant to. Right, so in the subconscious, where is this divine masculine collective at? But yeah, already we're getting an idea of exhaustion, fed up, losing patience. Even where people are very patient, you might just find their patience is wearing thin, because everything I say when I'm channeling is part of this. And that's why I thought, I bet you that I'm filming that later on for a reason, because my makeup's going to be melting off. I'm going to be more fed up. I'm going to be tired, but I'm going to want to get it done so that I can just chill tomorrow, basically, with no makeup on. And I just want to stay in my bed, like, you know, and that's not normally a Wednesday, because it's normally would be like a Thursday or something. But because I'm doing this course and I do stuff on a Tuesday night and a Friday night, it's Tuesday's a busy day, so it makes sense for me to have a bit of that on tomorrow, and especially just because of this fucking shoulder thing, whatever it is. Yeah, I'm already getting that there's a lot of physical, and they just drew me the words physical and self-care. There's a lot of self-care needed around these masculines, around their physical body right now. But again, that goes for everyone, whoever's watching this. Right, what do we need to know in the subconscious? Oh, look. Timing is critical. Ooh, celestial gatekeeper. Wow. That's interesting because I was like totally staring out a bird today on the beach. And I don't mean another woman, I mean a bird. It's like it was totally staring me out though. I was like, what the fuck are you looking at? You know what I mean? It's making me feel a bit uncomfortable. I started walking a bit faster. Timing is critical. So I wonder if that's got to do with divine masculines overthinking the timing of when they're contacting their twin flame. It doesn't necessarily need to be that, but that is what Illuminate the Shadow I've just opened up. To focus on a solution. It is that, by the way, because it's 21 and now I've opened it Eternal Union. Eternal Union. I've done that in Divine Feminine too. So this is what we're leading to, you know. New love is forming. It's divine masculines basically feeling exhausted, tired, and like shit. And it's not a coincidence. I named last week's one, which you're probably only going to watch in the same day or whatever, yesterday, or I don't know. It depends how diehard a fan you are in mine. I don't know, but I called it like rest. I don't know, rest something and rest, restore, and you know, hermit to heal. So it still feels like divine masculines are pretty goddamn exhausted, to be honest. Let's see what the rest of it says. Clear your focus, timing is critical. The eagle is considered a sacred animal in many cultures, unafraid of confrontation. The resilience and the unshakable confidence and the courage that eagles demonstrate ensure their presence is felt. I was thinking that was a crow, it's a fucking eagle. So there's it hurts when I laugh. There's something in that. There's something in that. Right, I'm going to put my hand on my own shoulder to heal myself, but I'm also sending this out to the other people that have got aches and pains in their body. So you better fucking let me know in the comments if you're feeling that, right? Because I've got some miracle stories to share this week. I didn't actually share it in Divine Feminine, so I'll do it here. One of my beautiful clients has given me photos to share. But like I say, I'm not on the other platforms right now, and I've got no desire to be on them. So I'll share them on there when I'm on them again. But I'll share it on here when I get the community bit, because that'll be soon. We need to get up to 500 to do that. But yeah, she'd shared before and after pictures of, we'd done a session, and it wasn't even, the session wasn't even mainly about that, by the way. I just dropped it in, that her skin would clear up, because I knew that the guides would get to work on it, and they did. And her skin is basically so much clearer within 3 weeks, because 3 weeks is how long it takes for soul retrieval to happen when I do work. But often sooner, and it did. It started to, her skin started to clear up, really even the next day. So it's really pretty amazing. So like I say, when I do share that somewhere, I've got photos. So that was really kind of her to keep track of that and send me them. And because she knows I'm shit and stuff like that. I mean, it's true. Do you know what I mean? But so I was really grateful. But yeah, so like I say, if you're not shy and you do have some kind of ache, and you notice that by watching any of my videos at any time, that the pain lifts, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, or physically, share it. You know, if you are open to sharing it, share it, because it lets people know that this stuff is real. And the story that I told in the Divine Feminine one was of, what I was saying about it at the weekend there, that it was like, like the person that's got a headache that believes the pill is going to help them, the pill probably is going to help them because they believe it will. The person's got a headache, believes the healer is going to heal them, that'll heal it. It's kind of strange, isn't it? It's like, everybody's different. I wish more people would believe in the energetic one, because see, I can already feel that has started to, see, you got to ask. That they're teaching about, they teach me about that all the time too. You will start to feel the miracles occur and the healing come in when you ask. But it's just with some things you might need to ask quite a few times to keep getting the, but because I soak up the collective energy, it keeps coming back, you know what I mean? But again, I feel this is, they're trying to tell me a message about where the divine masculines are at. Like, they just keep trying to get their energy and they just keep getting knocked down, because like I say, all the stuff kept getting knocked off the table. It didn't happen when I done the other one. Interesting. Right. They're commanding a majestic presence, soaring high above the land below. Demand your respect when you reside or walk within it. Flying in between the realms of earth and spirit, these majestic animals are celestial gatekeepers, transporting spiritual communication between the heavenly gateways. Eagles have always been closely associated with God or a spiritual higher power. I was just about to say, it sounds like a shaman that I was describing, and I've already you know, I've at one point I was working with eagle medicine more closer, and, you know, I was wearing my eagle jumper, my eagle necklace, and eagle's very attached to goddess Isis, which I, you know, use all the time with what I do. And Kali, all that sort of strong goddess energy. But once I kind of integrate and work with that power animal for, you know, a period of time, it's like another medicine basically starts working with me. But yeah, eagles are typically, you know, it is that ability to rise above the drama and work with that medicine. So eagles have always been closely associated with, I just read that bit, the Aztecs, Sumerians, Romans, Egyptians, that's what I was mentioning about Isis, Native Americans all viewed the eagle as a sacred bird that empowered the people below them. Many ancient and modern cultures adopt the eagle as their spiritual icon. The freedom and wisdom these majestic birds represent are inspiring. These predatory birds rely upon their vision and ability to read the wind currents to survive in their natural habitats. Already I'm getting, well, this is really, well, hopefully you find it fascinating, but like I say, I never get bored in my own job because I'm fascinated by how they deliver the messages through me. But it's already painting that picture. This is in the subconscious. So this is everything that the work that Divine Masculine has been working on. I'm saying work too much, but yeah, there's a lot of work, isn't it? I'm saying working in their dream time, but also the work that they're doing on their limiting beliefs, like I'm feeling good enough, self-worth, because that's what this new moon is about. I'm also feeling a lot of healing going to my head, by the way. Again, it's all this overthinking energy. Just thinking, it's like Divine Masculine, typically, whether you're a man or a woman, whatever you identify as, very logical, analytical, going back and forwards. Divine Feminine is more kind of like in the heart and spontaneous, you know. Like I leap before it makes sense. That's really, but it's not like, you know, that's the majority of the time I'm more like that than logical. But again, I can get stuck in my head too. And actually, again, you know, yeah, I've given loads of examples of it before, but again, I'll just say sort of generally, I'm giving loads of weird examples of how I can get really stuck in it. And it's always like absolutely nothing to do with romance or the twin flame journey. I mean, it is, because it teaches me about how to teach it to other people. But I always get given wee tests, fucking annoying tests, of getting stuck in my head, all worrying over, which ends up being worrying over fuck all, like nothing. But again, I know why. It's so that I understand where the Divine Masculines go. Because again, it's like, say, all my clients are in that energy, whether they're women or men, most of them are women. But it's so that I understand the Divine Masculine collective, you know what I mean? Because that is who I'm here to help. And obviously my own Divine Masculine, but it's my own Divine Masculine, inner Divine Masculine, and Divine Masculine. You mean? And again, these are all the things that is, you know, I was about to call it a guessing game, but you know, it kind of is, you know, it's a guessing game, but I've got a bit of a head start on people because I have got extremely psychic senses, if you hadn't already noticed. But again, there is still a bit of that, you know, you don't know until you actually hear it from the person. But all I know is that I show up here as a channel, giving these messages, these weird healing messages that are going to make sense to someone out there, normally more than just one person. And, you know, at least I know I'm helping those people, do you know what I mean? And that's the only thing I need to keep getting over is putting them out, basically, keeping consistent with it, you know, being disciplined to put it out. Right now, you require a clear focus of what is ahead of you. Your timing is critical. While you may have a sense of urgency, it's important not to rush. Think about the issue or circumstances carefully before you act. But again, bear in mind, the Divine Masculine Collective have done a lot of that. It depends which one we're talking about. If this is people that are close to union, and that's where it's hard, you know, that's where, again, a lot of you would have to book a personal session with me if you're drawn to me. Some of you may already be doing that if you're watching this, but you've got to honestly assess. And if you can't assess it, if you're too tangled up in your own shit, then it's like you need to get somebody else to be that witness to, you know, to help you with that. And are you stuck? like, or again, it is that kind of, you know, Eight of Swords kind of, you know, like you're not really trapped. Like you feel like you're trapped and you feel like it's hopeless. And again, I'd imagine for a lot of divine masculines, they feel like the divine feminine isn't going to forgive them for whatever it is that they're, you know, that they're feeling is unforgivable. And again, that's kind of one where it's like, you know, it is going to be different for different people's journeys. You know, I'm aware that different sorts of dramatic shit will have happened to lots of different people, but I've also heard thousands and thousands of twin flame stories over the years. And I mean, what do you want me to say, guys? It's unconditional love. It's unconditional love. There are no conditions to it. So, you know, and especially like, it doesn't mean that like, you know, that doesn't mean that divine feminines allow any type of disrespect, like any time from divine masculines. It's far from it. It's just about twin flames are about unconditional love, but it's also about forgiveness. And it's about, I just see it as shit, actually, it's about the ego. It's about soaring above the drama. You know, I've got a good ability to be like, I just totally get why all this has happened. And, you know, does it, you know, again, do I not have moments when I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake, man, this is taking ages. Like, about many things in life. Of course, I have those moments, right? I am one of the most patient people you will ever meet in your fucking life. But when it's very late at night and I've been channeling all day and part of my body is fucking aching and I'm kind of like not looking forward to the fact that I don't know that I'm actually going to sleep tonight because of it. I will sleep. You know what I mean? It's like patience wearing thin. And again, this is how this divine masculine collective is feeling. And that's why I'm saying it's kind of hard. It's hard to gauge. Some of them are going to be like, fuck it, let's go. A bit of my energy in there, you know, fuck it, let's go, right? And that's what I'm saying. I keep feeling like I'm trapped. I'm going round in my head and making up all these stories about all the fucking terrible shit that could happen. How about I just sort of turn it around and start telling myself the amazing stuff that could happen, like that my divine feminine's going to listen to me and empathize and understand, and all this amazing stuff's going to come from this conversation or this connection. You know what I mean? Like, but again, it's easy for me to say that, and I know that because I can make light of some very dark situations, you know, for myself. Like, again, I've been dark situations for myself and I've helped other people out of dark situations, but I'm always able to look on the brighter side of life. But that wasn't always the case. You know, as a child, like I was a born worrier. I would, like my mum said that all the time, I would worry about everything. And I still am. See, when it comes to kids, I'm always very cautious around kids. Like for instance, whenever my nieces stay, like well, one of them, you know, when they've only stayed a couple of times, but like, but I'm pretty sure now that well, actually, and they've stayed separately, but they've stayed that once together. But now that my sister and her boyfriend are aware that that was a success, I'm sure that that will happen a lot more frequently. And again, I'd love that. I was fucking exhausted when they left, but you know what I mean? Like, but what I'm saying is I'm the kind of person that will go and check that the baby or the kid is breathing like every 2 minutes, so I won't get any sleep. Do you know what I mean? It's like, and I'm pretty sure, well, I know that that's from a lot of stuff that's happened in past lives. So I'm not as bad as what I once was, but do you know what I'm saying? It's like I've been like that, and I worked in nurseries for like fucking decades. You know what I mean? It's that's the born warrior part of me that may not may not ever leave. You know, I'm hoping that it might. Well, actually, let's face it. You know, I mean, I've got my own kids that will, because it's just not. You can't fucking maintain that shit, can you? It's like, I'm like, angels, look after my baby as they sleep. But you know what I'm saying? It's what I'm saying is it's I do get it. Like, I might not be that person anymore all the time, but I can fall into it. That's what I'm trying to say is I can get myself all worried about something and all worked up and really stressed out. And it turns out I have absolutely fucking nothing to worry about. Some people will be like, how do you do that though if you're psychic? But it's obviously because I was leaning more into that analytical, logical, not trusting, the unknown part of me that I'm in most of the time. Again, it's like I've fallen into the other side, and it's I don't know why somebody needs to hear that, but you did. So while you may have a sense of urgency, it's important not to rush. Think about don't rush. I don't even fucking know. I get these songs, I don't even fucking know. I've heard it somewhere. Think about the issue or circumstances carefully before you act. Ensure you've planned your forward process. All decision making needs to be carefully considered before you jump in prematurely. Make sure you have all the facts in front of you. Egos are deeply connected, but again, I feel that is about divine masculines, and this isn't going to be for everyone, but I feel that's about divine masculines that are hesitating about contact. And this won't be the case for everyone, because some will know, because you'll have crazy people out there that will just be letting everybody know what's going on in their life. I might be one of those crazy people, but do you know what I mean? I know a lot of other people are like that too, but what I'm saying is some divine masculines may not have a fucking clue what's going on in their feminine's life, because they might be more private, they might be more cryptic, or even if they have heard from someone else or saw on social media or something that you're not dating anyone right now or whatever, if it's been a few weeks or whatever, they might start to think, but what if that moment where they just got totally fed up happened last week and I've missed the boat and now I come in and it's too late? I could imagine that a lot of divine masculines might say things like that to themselves, but that's why I'm here and other people are here to basically say, I'm not being funny, but I notice I'm burping now. And actually, guys, can we hurry this up? Because I'm only on the subconscious, so it's like fucking hell. The other one was 40 minutes. So, but this is how important this is. That it's like divine feminine energy is like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, what part of unconditional love and nobody comes anywhere close to how much I want you, need you, desire you. And when I say need you, it's like, a lot of well, no, it is that. I can't even change that, again, I can't speak for everyone, but it's like not need you in the sense of I need you, I'm gonna die without you, I'll be miserable without you. It's just really boring, like again, I knew, fuck. Right, okay, I get what they're trying to say. They've just pulled me to do more of what makes you sparkle. And again, I've shared this story before, but I don't know if it's one that I published, but if I have, then you're hearing it again. It is just like when it was said to me years ago, whenever anyone would read my cards, and my divine masculine just kept coming up in every card reading I ever got, every fucking medium thing I went to, especially if they were using cards. I was like, why? Like I wasn't asking about him, and he was just always in my cards, and I'm like, what the fuck? That was part of me working out what the fuck is going on here. Like, okay, I don't know if I'm asking about our energy is always entangled because I'm sleeping with them all the time, that I'm asking, for it, by entangling our energies. I suppose you could have explained it away like that, but I'm thinking this is getting a bit weird now. Like literally, I remember I used to get reading off on the phone from someone, and the whole fucking thing would be about him. And I'm like, why am I being told all this stuff? So anyway, but yeah, she once told me that when he's not in my life, it's like, I can't remember, it was something like, the sparkle's gone from my life or the glitter's gone from my life. It was something like that. I think it was maybe the sparkle. And I couldn't argue with that. It's just so true. And it's so funny because I'm being drawn to do more of what makes you sparkle. And I'm sure there's a joke around that. Over there, it's like a wee frame with glitter in it. And then there's also a glittery scarf line there. And yeah, that's kind of how it is. You know what I mean? It's like, I'd survive, but and I have survived, and I've found joy in the small moments, and made the most of my life to the bit. I've made the most of my life and found joy in actually helping a lot of other people. And weirdly, a lot of other people find the love of their life, you know what I mean? Or on the journey to that. But I have helped twin flames, get into union. Like, I've helped married couples and stuff. And probably more than what I even realized, because there's always people watching that you don't realize are, I was saying that at my group today, you know what I mean? It's like, you'd be surprised. Like, say, I've shared that before, that, I have been on bigger platforms before. And to the best of my knowledge, nobody's ever found me. So, you know what I mean? I'm sure they will one day, but, so like I say, you know what I mean? Like, it's, I know that, I know that I can make a happy life for myself and all that. And if all goes tits up, you know what I mean? Well, at least I helped a lot of people, and at least I had my fun with my twin flame while it lasted. Do you know what I mean? That's, like I say, I'm always able to look on the bright side of life. But yeah, I think that really gets across, because I'm tired. So this is what I mean. This is a danger. It's like, I'm really going to go channeling all these stories. But that's what I'm just basically trying to get across. It's like, they're pulling me the word star up there. It's like he has the star role. He has the male leading role in my life. And the ironic thing is nobody has ever been able to come in and take that role. They literally never stood a chance. Like, yeah. So, and you know what I mean? I don't know that divine masculines can say that back about their divine feminine, but what I do know is when it gets to the end of the journey and they're getting your union, that is how a lot of them will talk. Do you know what I mean? It's just, it might be hard for a lot of them to prove that that is true. But again, that's what I'd say, if you're a divine feminine watching this, don't make it any harder for them than it's already going to be. Like, do you want your happy ending or not? That hurt my shoulder. Right, you'll probably not see this for 4 weeks, because I'm like, fucking hell, that's going too much in motion. But again, whatever. Eagles are deeply connected to the celestial realm, as are you. Be aware of the eagle's subtle messages as they're encouraging you to raise and elevate your vibration to build a divine relationship, a celestial pathway with a higher source. Pay attention to dense and lower energies so you can learn how this interaction affects your personal energy. That is about the lower energies, the karmic situations, karmic people, karmic jobs. And again, this can be anybody in their life. I'm being drawn to that's funny, because I'm being drawn to it's like, it's a birthday card and it's got girls out in the town, but it's got 4 people on it, and it's like, it's like they're telling me there's a lot of people around divine masculine energies, whether you're a man or a woman, whatever you identify as. It can be colleagues, it can be family that are dragging your energy down. You can also have a lot of supportive family. It can be friends, fake friends, friends that you're like, oh my god, like they've been putting me off that person this whole time. And like I say, be careful, because a lot of the time I've helped a lot of twin flames where it's like, I told one, one time that there's, it was someone was just telling me their twin flame story, and I'm like, that guy fancies you. And it was like a mutual friend was trying to put off the women. So, the guy was friends with the woman and the man. And he was so obviously trying to put the women off the man. And at the same time, probably trying to put the man off the women, you know what I mean? And just being like, she's not going to give you a chance because you've taken too long or whatever. And like, he just fuck knows what people say. And sometimes it's got nothing to do with the fact that, they want you for themselves. But some people, it will be that. Sometimes it's just they don't want to see 2 people happy because they're not happy. Fuck knows what different people do. But all I know is, again, it's all about the bigger thing that twin flames have a huge life purpose. True twin flames have a huge life purpose to send a lot of healing out into the world, and lower energies are going to do everything they can to stop that from happening. Boom, drop the mic. And so dismissive, disrespectful, procrastinator, that's the shadow aspect. But again, dismissive and disrespectful, maybe in the not so divine masculine energy, divine masculines out there, maybe you have been like that. Definitely disrespectful, I would say. You definitely will have been disrespectful to your twin flame at some point on the journey, whether you meant it or not. But like I say, you know, divine feminines will have probably been disrespectful to their divine masculine at some point, because it's we do it unknowingly, you know. We all do. And procrastinator, well, I feel, yeah, divine masculine energy is definitely that, but again, so can divine feminine. Sacred crystals, apophyllite, Archangel Galgagale, oh, I don't even say that. Joy, elevating consciousness. The affirmations: I resonate with divine order. My soul is activated to the highest vibration. That's exciting, because although that's taken me 36 minutes to get that out, that might be actually somebody's age, because I just got drawn at 36. Or 3 and 6 is 9, 9 is endings. You know, coming to the end of something, tired, but again, it might have taken all that time to get out, but this is in the subconscious, and remember, this is like what's going on. This is what's going on in their programming and the underlying, you know, in their dream time. It's like, that is really good. Like, that's what filters through to the conscious mind, that it's so they're trying to reach their highest potential, but I feel they've exhausted themselves in the process. So let's see what comes up now. In the conscious mind of divine masculine, look at this, cracked open, rock. Whoa, I mean, this is where I've got to get over my own ego to post this, because it's all making sense, isn't it? Rock bottom, surrender to the alchemy of life. Well, once you go rock bottom, you can't go much lower than that, can you? Again, guys, I'm not putting them in the holder for you to see them. I'm just putting them in. In fact, I may as well face them in me, because you can't even see them. Makes more sense. Yeah. Cracked open. So that, you know, they really are feeling pretty shit. You're feeling, sorry, I'm saying this is for divine masculine, you're feeling pretty shit. And that does make sense, because a client of mine actually said to me today, I'm having, what did she say? She said, I'm having moments of tower moments and amazingness. And again, most of my clients always give me an indication of where the divine masculine collective are at, you know, because I get so many of them talking to me, I can get a good gauge of it. And so that does tell me that in these moments of hopefully some good stuff happening, there's some pretty bad stuff happening, you know, to kind of simplify it. But exhausted all the same. And people always are exhausted in Pisces moon, but you might not even be watching this in Pisces moon. But again, this is what I would expect to see in a Pisces moon energy with what I've been tuning in. Look at this, that one again. Retreat. Well, this is kind of like what I named the one for last week. Retreat, rest, and refuel. Fill up their well. Consciously, they're just, you know, you are aware that you need to do that. So it is almost like, you know what I'm getting? Like, God, that's a really weird visual that I was getting. But it's like I was getting this feeling of someone like swimming at the shoreline. It's like yeah, it's like you've been swimming in the sea, you're exhausted. Think Titanic or something, or I don't know, some kind of something like that. And you can actually see the beach, or you can see land, but you're so exhausted, you just want to give up. And actually, you know, you might even, you know, freeze to death if you do that. Okay, obviously that did happen in Titanic, but you know, what I'm saying is, it's like, this is just an analogy, but if you just give yourself, if you just surrender, that's what get, surrender, rest, retreat, hermit, like say hermit to heal, go within, do what you got to do. Before you know it, it's Aries moon and it's fuck it, let's go. And maybe you'll have your energy back. But, and again, this isn't just for divine masculines, this goes for divine feminines, divine masculine energy as well. I've been there many a time. Like, I used to burn out all the time. I mean, people that have followed me for years will know this. Like, I used to burn out frequently, like several times a year. Now it's more like once a year or never. You know, not never, because it usually is once a year. Or on a smaller scale, I might have you know, a time when I burn out every sort of few months, you know, kind of, but it's definitely got as less frequently than it was because I recognize my need to slow down. And sometimes slowing down, like literally is, I have to stay in my bed all day to recharge. And whether that makes sense because it's my type of human design, because it is, it makes sense for that. Or whether it's that I've got inattentive ADHD, and that again, like I explained on the one for last week, that I don't have as much of the dopamine, the happiness hormone that everybody else has. And actually, I get so excited about some things like, you know, channeling a video or helping somebody with a session that I'll use up everything I had for that person and I've got nothing left for myself. So then I might be wondering like why I feel a bit shit. And it's because like, it's because of that, you know what I mean? So I've got to watch my energy levels. Right. And that's why, without fail, I love my walk on the beach, because that's what brings me joy. I take joy in the simple things. So imagine how happy I'm going to be, or I am, when the things that I really strongly desire come to me. It feels like I'm fucking floating. Like it takes me ages to come back down because I'm floating all the time anyway. So when the things I really, really want to happen, I can't fucking believe it because I'm happiest with the simplest of things. But just make sure, like I said to a client earlier, just make sure you don't get so happy with the simplest of things and so humble that you push away the really amazing things because you're so, you know, that's where you're comfortable. Like be careful of that as well. Right, so I was saying that as much to myself as I was saying that for you. Right, so I really felt that actually. Is that surrender intimacy card going to come up after I'm saying that? What have we got in the heart space of divine masculine? So you're at rock bottom, you're rising above drama, or you're trying to, above the enemies as well. I was getting as well, you know, there's a lot of snakes in the grass, enemies around both twins, which I feel you've identified by now, or still in the process of that. What do we need to surrender to in the heart space for divine masculines? Look at, wow, that's powerful. So it's not the intimacy one, but it is surrender your fear of change. So it kind of is, because it says something about relationship. The universe is reminding you that you're cared for always, whether you're afraid of a change in your job. Look at what I was just saying, whether you're afraid of a change in your job, your health, or a relationship, or if you fear aging or death, repeat this affirmation. I have faith that all is well. Again, look, it doesn't matter what sex this person is. This person is on a horse and they're like, they're ready to go. They've planned it meticulously. They're on the horse, like they're ready to go. Do you know what I mean? It's like Hilarious Moon, I'm telling you, a lot of divine masculines are literally going to be like, time to do it. And some of them won't know astrology, they'll just feel the push to do it. But right now it's about this: surrender to spirit. Once you've done everything you can to achieve a goal, turn the situation over to the divine, let spirit work its magic for you. If you're watching this in real time, if you're watching this on Wednesday the 27th, 2 and 7 is 9 is endings, Pisces is endings, then it really is about that, you know, surrendering your fear of change, because the 12th house Pisces energy is about your deepest fears, and spirit is Pisces 12th house energy too. It's about once you've planned and you've put all the effort in, especially if you're tired. I mean, you have to rest when you're tired, whether it's mentally, physically, you know, whatever level, you have to rest when you're tired. But once you've done everything that you need to do, like you say, the next thing that a lot of this is just going to keep coming through because it is what they need to hear, and they know it. It's you actually need to take action, and it's because Pisces moon energy. I said this in another video, but Pisces moon energy, for those of you that do resonate with Pisces energy, especially Pisces moon, it's fantasy, it's daydreaming, it's magical, it's as I get drawn a unicorn up there, like a wee picture of a unicorn, it's but it's also illusion and confusion on the shadow side. But what I'm trying to say is the twin flame journey, it is all these things, it's all the things. Like it is magical. It's fucking unbelievable, the synchronicities. It's but you can either choose to keep it as that, and again, a lot of divine masculines are in that energy of, but what if I lose that? Like, this is my escapism. My daydream is safe as my daydream. Like, if I actually make the change to make that real, or attempt, to make it real, to go anywhere near it, not only could I fuck it up for real with that fantasy, but my daydream's ruined too, because I've actually made the daydream into something tangible. Taurus new moon, Taurus about manifestation. It's like Pisces energy, right? What we're in right now, right? The Pisces moon bit is it's like doing the shaman. It's what I do with people. It's doing the shamanic journey, right? To either untangle you from the toxic shit that you're caught up in so that you can be free, right? Because I do that in a journey with someone, and then weeks later, months later, depending on the situation, sometimes if it's really complex, it might take a year or whatever. It depends, depending on the situation. But it will manifest because you put it out there. If it's for your highest good to be free of a toxic situation, you will be free. But you do need to take action as well. You need to take aligned action, like the action that people take, and that's it, is to book the session with me, for me to be witness and support, as a channel to help them with that. And I use that example because that's a lot of what I help people with. And a very obvious one for divine masculines is, at some point you do need to come out of the daydream. You need to attempt to see if this can come about now. And like I say, for some it's more flying blind than for others, but like I say, there is enough divine feminines out there waving the torch for the divine masculine collective to get a good, as long as they're finding the genuine ones. Again, if they're finding the fraudsters out there, that is a bit problematic. But again, that's part of the trusting too, and using your discernment. And that's why hopefully there are enough people saying things like what I'm channeling about. Just be careful who you're listening to. And I know it can be confusing, but yeah, at some point you do just have to act, you do have to find out, you need to take the action. And that not sharing is not caring. I feel like by not sharing how you really feel with the person that you feel really strongly about, and again, obviously that is your twin flame, but that could also be like, yeah, because we're pulling me a best friend up there again. These cards are coming in very handy. I don't know when I'll take them down, but we use anything within my, eye line to get the message across. But what I'm saying is, it's like, by you not sharing how you feel, you're not being kind to yourself. And also, like I say, my feeling is, as long as you are a genuine twin flame, like your divine feminine is going to talk like how I talk about my twin flame. But actually, I think I do strong. I think, although I do talk, you know what I mean? I'm like say, if it's not mad, passionate, extraordinary love, I don't want it. Do you know what I mean? So I am, when I'm passionate about something or someone, I'm passionate. So, they might not talk that. Some people are more kind of hide, game face it. But like I've said, that's why I share all the time. Like, listen, I said that in another video. When I want to poker face it or game face it, even if I know that other people are like, oh, she still likes him, that happened all the time. Seriously, it was like everybody knew. And I wasn't owning it like this. I was fucking embarrassed actually at how much I liked him. I didn't understand it myself really. Until later on, until I wasn't in these situations. And now it is just kind of like, I can't hide it. I actually don't want to hide it. And when I do feel like I want to hide it, it's only being respectful of other people's feelings. Again, it's like that, not sharing is not caring. By me not sharing my real feelings, it was actually, yeah, it was making me ill. By not speaking my truth. And at least by speaking my truth, you know, it's well, it has made me feel better, and it's made a lot of other people feel better because they can feel that something's changed within me, the people that I help. And like you say, I don't need physical proof right away that it's helped my divine masculine. I just know, I can feel that it will off. I know that he'll be out there speaking his truth. Surrender your fear of change and surrender to spirit. And that surrender to spirit, you don't get to know everything right away. You just got to trust, surrender to trust. Well, trust yourself in your decisions. Don't be swayed by other people's strong opinions on what to do. And that ties in with what I'm saying. Other people will have had strong opinions along the way. Like, again, loads of people, oh God, this is going in again too deep, but I'm just going with it. Loads of people had very strong opinions on me still not getting over this guy. Do you know what I mean? And well, I didn't really give a fuck. Do you know what I mean? Because I actually couldn't help how I still can't. Like, I couldn't help how strongly I felt. I can't help how strongly I feel. You know, those if I was fucking shouting it from the rooftops and fucking chasing him down and phoning him and texting him and fucking hounding him when he's, you know, getting on with other people. I didn't do any of that shit. Do you know what I mean? I just left him to it. But still felt the same. You know what I mean? So other people do that shit though. Do you know what I mean? Like they don't know to respect themselves a bit more and don't chase after somebody that isn't wanting to hear it right now for whatever reason. And, you know, everybody's different. You know, everybody's got a different journey. There's no right or wrong ways to do it. Trust yourself in your decisions. Don't be swayed by other people's strong opinions on what to do. Take action and be confident that you've chosen the right path. Again, that's what you need to do, divine masculines out there that are resonate with this message. That was all at the heart. Wow. Right. Ascension or your spiritual journey. And you are getting a bit of a longer video, but I feel it's probably because you need it. So that's all right. I just need to get myself in my bed. Right. Embrace your power. Well, it's all adding up, isn't it? And your power would be share your feelings. It's interesting because I keep wanting to say like share your feelings with someone that you trust, but it's like they just keep saying you need to share your feelings with your twin flame because at this point on the journey, you can't be sure that, like, I just feel like divine masculines can't be sure who to trust, which is really sad. But unfortunately, like say with a lot of my clients, it does resonate. I can think of the people that my clients can trust. Well, obviously it's me because I'm helping them, but other soul family that I've introduced people to. And other than that, it depends what you're trusting them with. Again, when it comes to this connection, people aren't going to get it. They're going to think you're nuts. So be careful if you're very easily influenced by other people's opinions, I think you're better just to go straight to the twin flame and find out if they are your twin flame. For some of you, I wouldn't like to think that that is for people finding this, but maybe because I'm saying it, there must be some people out there that maybe it isn't your twin flame, and maybe it's better that you speak your truth and find that out. But for some of you, it is the fairy tale and it is your twin flame, and you know fine well it's your twin flame. And you know, just like me with different scenarios in my life that I can think of, that I'll be telling myself all these terrible stories of all this shit that's going to happen. And then actually none of that stuff happens. And, you know, whatever I was worried about, I end up having a good time. You know what I mean? Like it's or whatever it is, you know, the thing ends up being all right. So I love it. Admit your vulnerabilities, and nobody can accuse me of not fucking doing that on this particular video. Again, I'm doing it every time. I don't know why I worry about more. See what I mean? That's something I get a bit weird about. What is any different from me speaking my truth about this on one video to another? If I've done it on some of them, I fucking may as well just do it on the lot of them. But again, it's because, grieve your losses, it's because I am very aware of not wanting to, like, where possible, not wanting to upset anyone, you know what I mean? But it's just not fucking realistic, you know what I mean? Someone's going to be pissed off about it. Embrace your power. So at Divine Masculine, embrace your power, admit your vulnerabilities to your twin flame, because that is someone that you can trust. Or, like, say, if you have got healers around you that you trust, them too. Like I'm saying this to the Divine Masculine Collective out there, that if you're not ready to share it your twin flame, book a session with me, fucking practice on me and then do it. I'll bloody kick your energetic ass into doing it, you know what I mean? And I love hearing a good love story, but grieve your losses. You know, if you need time to have that time to lick your wounds and whatever's went on in your life, then do that. Love yourself. But reaching out for help from a healer is loving yourself. And even if that is just you reaching out for help by Googling something, finding me on YouTube and watching this, then I'm honoured and I'm glad this helped you. And in the physical, this is the action that you're being guided to take in your twin flame journey. I didn't word it like that on the feminines, but this is what they just told me to say it like. Well, that's a lot of cards. Wow, I've got a really itchy nose. The loved ones of spirit like to come in. They've done that on the other Divine Masculine video. Because my nose gets really itchy. It is channeling, but specifically it's like loved ones of spirit. You deserve love. You're lovable. Are you going to let yourself receive that love? Men and women and whatever you identify out there as. Share the love with the right people. Finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. That could literally be that. Like, finances may be difficult right now, or you might be needing to make smart money moves for whatever reason, or it could just be about worthiness and self-worth and being good enough, because that's what this Taurus new moon eclipse is about the weekend. Admire. It's time to think of everything that you admire in your partner and see it in yourself, is what I want to add to that. So that's all you need to be doing right now, Divine Masculine energy. Knowing that you are lovable and that you deserve love. Not only do you deserve love, you deserve the most magical, mad, passionate, extraordinary love there is. You deserve your twin flame love. And then your finances will pick up if they're not so good. That only resonates if people's finances aren't doing too good. And when you recognize that whatever you admire about your twin flame is within you as well. And then that can come about reconciliation and new love. And for some of you, it's a new love coming about with an old love. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. And if it's a new person in this life, you've known them in a past life. Someone from your past has returned into your life. So it's either a past life or the past in this life, you know what I mean? But that's pretty clear. When you can recognize that about yourself, you can come back together in a new way, and you can flirt and you can express your love. So this is what you've got to do in the physical. This is for someone. Extend your light-hearted energy. Others, don't be so serious. Like, play, have fun. It's like me, like that's why I said in the other video, like I ended up having a drink at the wedding because, like I say, it's a bit of a long day when you're there all day and at night. And I could have easily had fun, but again, my pals are like a bit younger than me, and that's not got a lot to do with it, but it's just it It actually has though, because it's like, yeah, I think they're probably the hardest people that I would have. There's no, I've got a lot of discipline, right? But when I've already passed the year mark of not having a drink, and it's like, who am I doing that for? Do you know what I mean? If I'm just doing it to be able to say, oh, I haven't had a drink for a year, which actually it's more like the whole freaking pandemic, because I hadn't drank for a year and a half, and then I just drank a bit, and then I didn't drink for a whole year. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I probably won't have another drink again for a year. Like, fuck knows. Like, but it's kind of like that's part of, like, you get to make up your own rules. Like, I typically don't like alcohol, and it doesn't end well for me, but actually it ended fine that night. You know what I mean? Got my whole got my fucking hell, that sounds a bit. God. I have to keep going. Got myself home safe. Got myself home safe. It's talking of safe. It's safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. This is what it's all about. It is safe for you to love, and it's safe for you to share the love and flirt and express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. I mean, I honestly couldn't spell it out any more than that, but they're going to make me with these cards. So we need a little self-care message. Have a good cry. Grief is a doorway at your deepest self. I feel divine masculines. I've been doing a lot of that. And if you haven't, I hope this makes you cry. I'm making you cry in a good way. You need to release. Men need to cry too. That's for the men out there. I know that women are in divine masculine energy, and some very masculine women need to be told that. Ready, set, go. Because once you release and you let go, you'll feel better. Now's the perfect moment to dive in and embrace your heart's desire. Yeah, I mean, guys, that was a self-care message. The self-care message is it's time to take action. And it might not be right away, but we are moving into an action space with Aries moon very soon. Right. We'll just see how this works. This is either going to be what your twin flame wants to say to you or what you want to say to your twin flame. We'll just see what comes up. Well, I can tell you right now, that's what you want to say to them. I will call you very soon. For the reconciliation. Flirty phone calls. Sexting, I don't know, whatever. Yeah, I have a confession to make. Yeah, they love you. They want to talk to you. They might not be telling you that right away. You sorry, I'm saying it like this is because divine feminines are cross-watching this. But yeah, you have a confession to make. And again, there might be other things that you have a confession to make that, like, say, aren't going to go down too well from what I picked up before. It's not all divine masculines. There probably is going to be shit like that. And that's what will have delayed a lot of the phone calls. But you're going to call your divine feminine very soon. And you have a confession to make. It doesn't necessarily need to be like a big confession. It's a big, terrible thing. For some people, it might be things that you think they're going to worry about. But for some, the confession may just be that I feel the same way as you do. Or, hey, I can't stop thinking about you. Just wondering if you still think about me. It's going to be different for different people because some divine masculines don't have confirmation that their divine feminine feel the same. Now this one's mirroring. See, they're just doing that because it's like, I don't like that term. I want to make love to you. And that's why I have to say it in a funny voice. This is what my friends used to slag me about. I want to make love to you over and over again. I don't even, I mean, let's just move on. But yeah, that's what you want to do to them. And I'm pretty sure that's what they want to do to you. I made the wrong decision and I can't stop kicking myself. And again, this is what divine masculines feel. And this is what's stopping a lot of them. Dwelling in the negativity of the South Node, the past, and Scorpio, pain. Come out of the pain and move into the Taurus North Node of knowing your worth and you are worthy and going out and fucking getting the best of the best. Go and get the creme de la creme. Go and get your twin flame. Come out of the pain. Come out of the toxicity, come out of the past and move into the future. Follow your North Star, your North Node. I love that. Yeah, and ask your twin flame to give me a second chance, please, I beg you. Don't go begging, guys. You know, I mean, you're better than that. If you're having to beg your divine feminine for another chance, I'm really wondering what it is the fuck that you done. You know what I mean? We're about to reunite. But again, I'm not joking. You know, it's like nobody should be begging for anybody's forgiveness. Again, there might be some rare cases where you're going to have to do that, but I'm pretty sure people will be given second chances, right? So, oh, I can't be, I'm just not going to look. I'm not going to, because they're all round the wrong way. What else do we need to hear? I want to be more than friends. That's your divine feminine saying that to you. We both know I'm not the one for you. That is really about the worthiness issues that you've been working through. But again, divine feminines have been there too, about not feeling like they're good enough for you. Because you both feel like that about each other deep down. You know, it's just that divine feminines will have worked through it more than divine masculines, typically speaking. But will have felt like that at some point, that like they're just a dream to you, and it's like, oh, I don't get to keep that person. Like, you know, they're just too good to be true. Ah, fucking hell, man. You feel like that and they feel like that about you. You're the best thing in my life, so they push you away, or you push them away. It's time for me to heal now. And the next part of the healing is healing together. I've said that before, but it's just because I love you. Because you want to say that to your twin flame, maybe not right away, but you want to say that to your twin flame because that is the truth, and they want to say it to you. And what I would prepare yourself for is a lot of divine feminines just ain't going to hold back with that shit. I mean, look at people like me out here fucking saying it. You know what I mean? It's like, it's the truth. You know what I mean? Right, anyway. Pain here. So where are the divine feminine? I don't know where the divine feminine cards are, but this is a message from your divine feminine to you, someone out there. You may not always understand why certain things happen. However, there's always a higher purpose to the events in your life. Through turmoil, a blessing will soon be revealed. And that's totally magical. And dove is often like the voice of God coming in, which is what I channel, the divine. But basically, peace. Peace is on the horizon. So after all this turmoil, something magical is going to come about. And again, that, as I'm channeling this in Pisces moon, it is about let go and let God. Surrender for a miracle. But surrendering for a miracle does mean that you don't know right now how it's all going to work out, but you just trust, know, and believe that it is all going to work out, and therefore it does. But if you believe that everything's shit, it's all in turmoil, it's all going to go tits up, everything's going to go the worst way that it can go. This is the South Node in Scorpio. You may bring it about. So you may as well pray, surrender for a miracle, and expect the very best. It probably won't work out in the way that you think it's going to, but it might just work out even better. And they're saying that to me because that is the thing that I was worried about more recently, that I got all worried about. That's exactly how that worked out. It was even better than I could have ever imagined. So make way for a miracle. Right. Take care of yourself, because that was a heavy reading. I'm going to go and do that. I'm going to look after my inner divine masculine and divine feminine. And yeah, like, comment, subscribe. Again, I know that lots of people don't like to sort of put things in public, and sometimes you feel like it might not even be safe because of lurkers and all that. Whatever, you could just be because you're private. You know, just send me an email, because again, I do need to know. That is something I do need to know. I do need to know kind of gauge who's tuning in, and also whether I want to keep this on in public or whether to put these on Patreon when I get that going very soon. But either way, I'm going to say goodbye to you. So see you later.